Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brandon, your trusted realtor, and I'm coming to you with another great episode. Today, we're going to spend a little bit of time talking to you specifically, property owners. Now, if you own property in Montgomery County, or if you own property in Maryland, and even if you own some rental property in DC, this update is intended for you. It'll be less than 5 minutes, but we're going to go over the information you need to know as it relates to late fees that can and cannot be charged, as well as rental increases in specific geographic locations, and all that you need to know. Now, these laws are going to continue to be changing, and there's going to be legislative meetings that are going to be held in the month to come, the month of June. So be sure that you, as a property owner, are making sure that you're following these different pieces of legislation, these interpretations and bills, and that you have a sense of what you can and cannot do, because you want to make sure that you stay out of trouble. Let's dive into it. Montgomery County Rental Assistance. The Department of Housing and Community Affairs, for those of you with properties in Montgomery County, has set aside rental assistance or funds if you're interested. So be sure to follow the bill and the recently released letter to see if you apply. Maryland overall. As you may know, Maryland's state of emergency was renewed on May 12th and now extends through at least June the 11th. I am going to go over a not so exclusive list of Maryland jurisdictions with legislation that is tied to the ongoing state of emergency. So let's talk about late fee restrictions and who they apply to. Baltimore City, late fees are prohibited. Baltimore County, late fees are prohibited if the tenant is impacted by the emergency and can demonstrate in writing and electronic proof. City of Frederick, prohibited. Howard County and Prince George's County are also prohibited. Now let's talk about rent increase restrictions. Anne Arundel County has a 3% restriction. Baltimore City is prohibited. Baltimore County has a 3% restriction on special requirements. City of Annapolis is prohibited, as well as the City of Frederick. And the City of Gaithersburg has increased restrictions to 1.4, whereas the City of Rockville has increased restrictions to 1.4 as well, and Montgomery County has done the same. Prince George's County rent restrictions is for 2.6% for tenants that are not suffering a loss, and that tenants who have suffered material loss have no rent restriction. But there's even more. Baltimore City, the city council has advanced legislation that if passed, would severely restrict a landlord's ability to terminate a tenancy at the end of the lease term. The bill has been amended, and I do not have my hands on what the amended legislation looks like at this point, but there's a hearing expected by legislation on June 8th, so a new version will come. But based on what we see, it's not that great for property owners. There's more to come if the city of Baltimore in a few weeks as it relates to what you can do. So you have a little bit of time to muster up your feelings and really take some acts, because they're transitioning to be pro-tenant like DC. Now, taking steps to being more pro-tenant like DC, albeit not the exact same, Montgomery City Council has passed a bill last month, the Housing Justice Act, that is much similar to legislation in the DC that severely limits landlords' ability to restrict rental application based on criminal history. The bill will be voted on July 20th, and Montgomery County may change the application criteria and rework the way that you deal with rental applications. This will be a deeper dive the next time I come up with any additional updates. But if you have property in Montgomery County, please be sure that you read the bill and start familiarizing yourself with requirements. Also, don't worry, Maryland landlords. Everything is always still much worse in DC. As I understand it, Mayor Bowser has extended the public health emergency in DC until July 25th, which means that DC landlords, unless the laws change, are prohibited from filing non-payment suits until October 21st at the very earliest. So remember to make sure you follow the channel to stay tuned in and in tune to all of the greatest and latest real estate realty here in the DMV and everywhere else. My name is Brandon. I'm your trusted realtor, and I look forward to being your source for all of your real estate needs. Take care and talk to you soon.